change gears slightly because obviously an incredibly important topic, but mirrored by another one at the other end of the spectrum, and that's building environmental infrastructure for industrialization, a sustainable approach. This has been a key theme, sustainability. It runs through every business, and of course, in the past, industrialization and the industrialization era has brought about significant advancements in technologies and economic growth, but of course, placed a substantial burden on the environment. So going forward, how can we apply these cutting-edge technologies such as AI to climate change, and of course create those synergies between tech progress and environmental stewardship? So before we kick off the panel, we're really delighted to have an opening statement by Dr. Bo Bai. He is the Executive Chairman and co-founder of MVGX Group from Singapore, and he's going to come up and tell us a little bit more about us. So welcome to the stage. In case you don't know Dr. Bai, he's a pioneer in green fintech and also the Asia Green Fund. So over to you.
Thank you very much. All right, good afternoon. It's an absolutely great pleasure to be the Super Bridge for the second year. Thank you everybody for sitting here. The topic of this conversation is about building a smart and sustainable infrastructure. Indeed, the digital and green transformation are probably two of the most significant megatrends over the next decades. Not only they will be able to drive many of the businesses to improve efficiency, lower carbon footprint, and then increase competitiveness, but also they are generating trillions of dollars of assets that are sharing some very interesting commonalities, such as traceability, transparency, and so forth. With that in mind, we believe to drive digital green transformation of many of the industries need at least a three-pillar approach. Number one, take real actions to make real digital green transformation projects shovel on the ground. Number two, to make that happen, you need money, finance it with green finance or transition financing. Number three, you need to have measurement, reporting, verification to make sure your transformation is generating real impact. It's with that in mind, we actually built the organization to be able to do the digital green transformation for our partners. Our tech arm carries MRV as well as implement transformation projects. We invest through our funds by $2.5 billion into various energy efficiency, renewable energy, or advanced material technology companies. We implement the digital and payments and wealth management through our Singapore entities with more than $12 billion of processed volume that are enhanced by more licensed stablecoins. With all that in mind, let me actually show you a few real-world examples of how the digital green transformations are done for different sectors. Let's start with the transportation. For many of the Asian cities, they're very chaotic in terms of traffic and parking system. By establishing elevated CCTV camera system as well as radar system on the curbside across the city, incorporating all those data into the most advanced AI-trained systems, and allow the authorities to manage the city's transportation across the city. And then that is how we are transforming some of the Asian cities. We're not just talking about small cities. We're talking about Beijing. It's only a city with 22 million people and about 8 million vehicles. The system has been fully implemented by now for all the districts across Beijing. And we are handling around 1 million parking events every day through this AI-driven CCTV camera system and the automated payment system by the government. And interestingly, not only that we're reducing the congestion index by 25%, the government's income has increased by multiple folds. And for reasons quite interesting to study further. But all this is possible is because of one keyword, high precision, AI for industrial applications. For 1 million tickets every day of parking, you cannot have too many errors. That is not acceptable for a 22 million people city. In addition to that, we're doing something even more interesting by beginning to combine the high precision AI with the state-of-the-art digital twin technologies, which in combination is really a very interesting industrial metaverse concept. Some of you watched The Matrix in the probably decade ago, but some of those are becoming reality. We're testing this in various cities, and you're seeing the live, real video of those cities, some of them with the radar, but we'll reconstruct the whole city and the intersection digital twins, and then use this to control the traffic in terms of AI-enhanced traffic lights, ticket, and so on and so forth. And this has been tested on cities with more than 100 intersections. And then moving on from other cities, we have implemented on 45 cities in China, and then we're starting that journey in Southeast Asia. To the extent the interested will be very delighted to find ways to implement this for Middle East and Africa as well. We're not done just doing that for transportation. For logistics, industrial logistics is troubled with the one-time usages of packaging materials that is really hurting the environment. But you still need to transport our lubricants, and then milk, and then all those products. Moving on to a more recyclable and then returnable packaging system. And that returnable packaging system is armed with the state-of-the-art IoT sensors. And then that feeds back to the holistic AI system. Now we're doing this in China for more than 200 warehouses and then more than 2 million clients. We're essentially creating a virtual packaging moving system for auto parts and then for components. And then that is really because, again, high precision AI, IoT, and then all those industrial metaverse that are driving these efforts. Moving on to commercial buildings as well as industrial parks. That's even more abundantly available for you to do so. Put on the IoT system that allows you to be able to capture even more information for this lovely building. And then that feed into the AI engine, which are training to understand the suboptimal condition the building is going through. Very similar to a human being, that before you get sick, a body check on a lively basis, like a holder, knows your suboptimal condition. And then based on that, do a proactive energy management, and then do a predictive maintenance. That's how you drive efficiency with this IoT and AI. And we're not doing this for small scale. We have done this for tens of industrial parks like this in China, as well as probably 60 five-star hotels across China. And then the same type of efforts can be replicated in many places. Again, it's a power of a high precision AI plus the power to control back to that building, to control back to that industrial park that allows you to do maintenance, decrease energy consumption, while at the same time reduce your maintenance cost. Not only even this sector, in some of this part that the digital assets is becoming more popular in UAE, but we know those are pretty dirty industry. Bitcoin mining is very energy intensive. As a matter of fact, 2021, Bitcoin mining consumed almost 4 billion trees. And it's pretty heavy. If you do the detailed math, it's almost 1 Bitcoin equals to 200 tons of carbon dioxide. And this is why actually China banned Bitcoin mining. And then this is mostly done in the States now. And then for them to largely control the Bitcoin system. But that can also be changed as well. We're actually helping some of our Kazakhstan friends who have the benefits of the abundance of wind power and solar power, and then adjacency to China that allows large-scale turbines wind turbines to be transported over there, coupled with the oversupply of battery storage to build a data center. And that data center may be partially used for their mining purpose, crypto mining purpose, partially used for AI hash rate, because the AI computation power is not as quick to make money, but their Bitcoin mining is far quicker to be profitable. Again, a digital green transformation. So, all in all, in summary, digital and green transformation are probably two of the most important mega trends. The digital technology, represented by the high-precision AI, IoT, industrial metaverse, and the green technology, represented by energy efficiency, renewable energy, and advanced materials. When you combine the power of these two, they are indeed changing, transforming many industries to be more efficient, to have lower environmental footprint, to be more competitive on a global scale. And then in that journey, we'll be happy to be serving any of our partners. So that is our opening sharing, and then happy to share with our panelists. Thank you.